Coach Bump, first of all, I do appreciate your time. I got to ask you, first of all, your military service. Talk about, the time you served from when you started to when it ended. And actually, what made you want to join the military?
Well, I served 7 years in the United States Navy. I joined the military because I wanted to make a difference. My grandpa was in the military, and I kind of looked up to him, and I just wanted to join and walk in his footsteps. He was a cook in the Navy. I was an aircraft director, so that's what I served 2 tours in Iraq. 6 months the first time, a year and a half the second time. So I really enjoyed it. I wish I would have stayed and made the whole 20 years. But the 7 years, it made me a different person, made me grew me up, so to speak.
So what year did you join and what year did you?
I joined in 1988 and I got out in 1994.
All right, 98 through 94. Okay.
No, 88 through 94.
94.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry about that. All right. So basically, you look at what you're doing now. You do so much. You give back to the community. Obviously you're serving when you were in the Army, the Navy.
That's okay.
Mix it up.
Right.
You served in that regard, but now serving, the youth of Roanoke. What made you want to do that, and what makes you continue to do that?
Well, when I was younger, I had older people that always took care of me because we didn't have much when I was younger. People like Millard Bolden and Lewis Brown, called them Jungle. They used to take care of us. So I decided, I was going to give back to the community and try to help the youth the best way I could. I did it with starting my own foundation called Joyous Givers. And we do a lot to help out inner city youth, just anybody, no matter what color you are, none of that matters. We just try to help out, whether it be cliques, whether it be basketball shoes, whatever our child needs to succeed out here in this troubled world.
When did you start the foundation?
We started the foundation probably, I'm gonna say 2020 is when it officially became a foundation.
Now, when you talk about coaching now, what's the name of the team you're coaching now?
I coach with the Virginia Hellcats.
Virginia Hellcats?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you do that, you help these young people, what are some of the responses you get from them, and what do they ask you? What do you talk to them about, because you were young like they were.
Right.
But what do you talk about to them to make them kind of go in your footsteps?
Well, yes, sir. Like at the beginning, they kind of like a little shy. But, I'm a pastor also, a minister also, and I like to put, God before anything. So we talk about that. And like when you're here and you're watching practice, like when we first started practice, we only had 1 or 2 people who wanted to even pray. Now everybody will raise their hand to pray. We started off with a foundation, putting God first. Now everything seems to come together as long as we put God first. The kids, we talk about school, we turn in our report cards, we do things like that. It's not just about football. Football is probably only like 15-20% of what we do here at the Hellcats.
How do you compare what you're doing to the military?
That's good because I'm trying to teach the kids that, they need to have responsibility. They need to try to keep up with their things. Like in the military, we had, as a young age at 18, we had to like walk a line, so to speak. So I just try to tell the kids, they have to, come together and work together as a unit, as a military unit. That's what we teach.
How much fun is it to give back to the community?
It's lots of fun, I'm telling you. It's really a lot of fun. I mean, it gets tiring every once in a while, but every day I get up and it's a fresh day, another chance to make a difference in somebody's life.
Do you have a lot of the kids come back to you after you've helped them over the years? And
Absolutely.
Thank you, Reverend Johnson.
Yeah, absolutely. Kids come back all the time, and they was like, some of the times when you were tough on me, they were like, now I understand. I've had kids want to, like some of these coaches out here, I coach them. So that's how long I've been out here.
So you've been doing this, say, north of 20 years, right?
I think this is my 31st year.
31st year.
Yes,
so
sir.
I am north of 20, but not north of enough.
Not north enough.
I mean,
you gotta get up there where it's cold. 30.
I got hit freezing.
Right.
I mean, how long do you see yourself doing this? It seems like you still have the energy and passion to help.
I do, but I want to pass it on to somebody else. I do, but I just keep going and going and going. As long as God is willing to wake me up and get me the strength to be out here, I'm gonna be out here.
You know, you look at your foundation. You mentioned how you came about with your foundation. I mean, what are some of the other things you do with your foundation, other than you talk about the sporting gear and all that? What are some of the other things?
During the Christmas time, we got a toy drive where we help out kids at the homeless shelter and things like that. I'm going to be announcing that soon. A giant toy drive. We get a lot of people, a lot of even some of the kids will bring their old generally used toys and they'll bring them out for the toy drive, and we just come together to try to help out our community the best way we can.
And final question, I guess at the end of the day, when you see your fellow military veterans, what does that mean to you? You serve, you see others that are serving, or you see others that have served. What does that mean to you?
It makes me proud. It really does. There's nothing better to me when a young child, 18, 19, comes to me and asks me, can you tell me something about the military? Can you tell me something about the Navy that I can use? Because I'm a little nervous. I will sit down and talk to them anytime, and they always send me that first, not the first, but maybe the second letter they'll send to me and say, thank you, Coach Freddie, for helping me and kind of showing me what I needed to know before I got into this.
Good deal. Now, the Hellcats.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's a team. Like, how long has that been around?
This is our third year.
Anything else you want to add or say, Coach?
No, I think that's it. I just want to give honor to God, like always, and then I just want, if you want to support Joyous Givers, you can find us on Facebook, Joyous Givers, or you can reach out to me, Freddie Bumpsy Johnson Jr. on Facebook.
You said that's Joy is Giving?
Joyous. Joyous. Joyous Givers.
Joyous Givers.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought you said Joy is Giving.
Right.
But I guess,
Joyous Givers. Yes, sir. Joyous Givers.
All right, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you. Good
Thank
job.
you.